Oh, good morning, everybody. So, welcome to the channel. It's a bit of an overcasty morning here in Cairns today, but that's okay. So, I want to introduce a good friend of mine who I've known for
Mm,
15 years, maybe a little bit less,
yeah,
give or take, 10 or 15 years.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
Eleanor, Elle, welcome to the channel. So, thank you for taking part in our Movember chat today. So, I really do appreciate it. So, just to remind everyone, obviously, we're in a safe space when we talk about men's health and stuff like that. And um, the the conversations we have today, the what we say is obviously a part of our experience, Elle and I's experience. We're not professionals, but it's just from our conversations we're having today. We just want to find out a bit more information about how Elle what Elle thinks about men's health, Movember, but it's obviously not just about Movember, it's about women's health as well. So that's part of the conversation we'll have today, and obviously that's what I do when I represent myself out in the community. It's just obviously not about just the mode, but it's about the hair and the colour and stuff like that as well. So, Elle, again, thank you. Good morning. How are you feeling today? How's everything going? All right?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Benny. Again, I just as you were doing your intro, then I was, to be honest, as I said to you, I'm not really sure how I can contribute, but I guess with the conversation, it'll open up
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us
yeah,
to talk
yeah.
about, and from a female Pacific Islander point of view, how I can contribute in whatever small way possible.
And that's a reason why I reached out to you. Obviously, the whole reason why I'm doing these conversations is getting a different perspective of men's health and women's health from a whole range of different people. So, um, men and women, young, old, black, white, gay, straight, trans, whatever background that they're raised in. Someone's got a conversation to tell, or they've got an experience. I think for you, the conversation that well, the reason why I thought about you is obviously from your Fijian background. So I'm thinking I kind of have an understanding of what mental health would mean to somebody from that culture, but that's only my opinion. So I thought, well, let's have a chat with you and trying to get a bit of understanding about what mental health means to your community. So that's a reason why I thought, no, I think Elle might have something to say about that. So I know from your experience, what is it like when we're talking about mental health and men's health from a Fijian point of view?
Um, yeah, big question, huge question actually. I I personally don't think I've been involved with a lot. Saying that, when I look out, I have my father, in terms of men's health, immediate family, my father, my brother, um, who are were and are the immediate close men in my life. Um, then I have nephews, cousins, my cousins' husbands, etc. Um, when we think mental health, we think, I don't know, as a generalized perspective, we think, you know, someone's in the old way was like, oh, they're cray cray, and the way we'd put it. However, obviously the stigma involved with that sort of thing. Recently, um, a young nephew committed a crime in Fiji, and he was fortunate the charges were acquitted due to mental health schizophrenia. He hadn't been taking his meds. Um, I believe there's a lot more of that at home in Fiji, but then there's a stigma of mental health. It's still, what we deem as the old way with the mental health, with the schizophrenia. I've never personally had to live with it, so I don't really have that understanding. Work wise, for my employment, yes, I understand it. um, even for females with those issues. I do see it in my work life. I have seen it in my work life, and I'm pretty sure I'll see it out there, with the people that I come across. It's just a matter of being understanding. We don't know what day somebody's having, which is why they're standing out there yelling on the side of the street. We don't know what's exacerbated that behaviour. Um, Maybe they're people on substance for various reasons, trauma. It's the choices they make. That's my understanding. Um, the men, our men folk, and now a lot of our women folk, they spend a lot of time now together in small groups, um, with the pretext of drinking yangona, which is, I don't know. I don't drink yangona. I don't like the taste, so I choose not to partake.
What
Liquid.
what what is that?
It's it's we know it as a brown liquid, but it's related to the I think it's the ginger family, but
Is it
it's
alcoholic?
no non-alcoholic,
Okay.
non-alcoholic. But a lot of the menfolk in the group, it could be 3 people, 2 people, solo, 8 people, but they share this liquid, and it's a kind of, I look at it as a kind of men's group. Um,
Okay.
They sit there, they talk, they enjoy each other's company. They're together for 2 hours, 5 hours, and then they go off and do their own thing. Um,
And
it's
is that and that's definitely something I've never heard of.
yeah, no, they actually do it a lot right throughout the Pacific. You name it, PNG, Vanuatu, Solomons, Tonga, Samoa, and they all do it here in Australia with their respective friendship family groups.
So
Um,
is it like it's like a family get together, but like the way that I kind of, and I could be totally wrong, the way that I would interpret that is like would be similar to like an Aboriginal community that they've got men's business and women's business. Would it kind of fall into that or not?
in an informal way, yes. Informal way, yes. Look, in the past, like Yangona or kava, grog as we call it, um, it used to be used for traditional purposes, culturally. Now it's still used for cultural purposes, be it a wedding, an installation, a funeral, birthday. It's drunk without alcohol. There's no alcohol. People choose to drink kava yangona rather than consuming alcohol. It's a lot cheaper. They do it all together. Everyone gets grog dope together. It's kind of like a sedative.
Yeah.
Um,
So would it, but when you're looking at it as a community-based environment or family-based, all the family gets together, um, and is it kind of like breaking the bread, so to speak, when you're kind of having a family together, like you pass this drink around to say welcome or stuff like that?
uh, yes and no. What happens is, we have a family barbecue. Say I come around to your place, we have a family barbecue. There's, family and friends. There's a few of us that drink grog. So we'll bring the stuff, the bowl, the cloth, the grog. Um, and then sort of it's like, oh, man, we'll just sit here in the corner and the bowl's mixed and everyone sort of sits around there. Whereas then we've got our wine, we'll sit either next to them or on the other side of the table or another room. It's, how when you go to a party or a barbecue, we all flock to different directions. It's a similar thing. Those who drink grog go to one corner, those who drink wine, they'll sit here. Those who don't drink, those who have the kids, they'll go to another area type thing. It's still very social, but it's just how the groupings go.
Yeah. Okay.
That's in a social, that's that sort of social setting. Let's say when my brother goes to his mate's place, there'll be a group of them there and they'll just sit there, chew the fat, sit in
Mm.
the back patio, drink kava. And once the bowl's finished, they'll mix another bowl until whatever time, midnight,
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. But it's their, I don't know. I know they do it, and I see it as, like I said, I see it as a men's group or I see it as a social group.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So it's having. So you probably wouldn't know the conversations. Like if it's a men's group, I suppose you really wouldn't know the conversations that they'll be having within that group. It's like you were
No.
the with um, the stigma still behind with mental health from a
Yeah.
Fijian perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Again, like I can't speak about men's mental health from their point of view. I don't know what they
Mhm.
discuss. It's, you know, they'll talk about politics, they'll talk about the footy game last night, or
Yeah,
whilst they're watching the footy game, they'll sit there. It's kind of, you're just enjoying each other's company. And I see that whilst they do it, it's, we don't question it
yeah,
because it's just, I see it as an outlet for them without it being like a physical outlet.
yeah. And you touched on it just then about keeping themselves. Even I would assume that there'll be a different range of ages within those groups. And like I said, keeping themselves company, they don't necessarily may not feel comfortable talking about emotions or mental health side of things. But if they're in that environment together, a family environment especially, I wouldn't see that as a bad thing. I would see that definitely as a good thing. But
Absolutely.
yeah, but the conversation that they would have, you really don't know sure within that group, I suppose.
No, but then also like I just had a thought where the few men that I know that I have been made aware of who are no longer with us today, in those instances, when I listen to post conversations where it's like, oh man, I should have been there with him, or why didn't he, I didn't pick up this, I didn't pick up that. They've isolated themselves, so they're not with these groups and stuff like that. Um, and where they have done in the past, but they've selected to just be on their own. Whereas these groups are good because it's just being with other people,
Yeah,
just
and
company.
yeah, that's it. And for a lot of people, that's probably what it can just come down to. Just be, excuse me, just being in company with family and just being around people. Some people not may have not have that social um, aspect in their life.
Yep.
Family's
Yep.
probably all they've got, but when they're in a group of family, because I would think the family connection will be pretty deep um,
Yep.
within the Fijian community and any of the South Sea Islanders when we're talking about here Aboriginal community. Obviously, it's very wide and it's very vast. You've got cousins, uncles, aunties. You've got people who've raised you, for example, or for anybody else, that they're basically classed as an auntie because there's that kinship within that group.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it'll be very good. What about when we're changing topic slightly? When we're looking, obviously, about the support that I try and give, obviously with men's health and women's health. What's it like from a woman's point of view, looking at men's health, for example? Is it similar with men within the group and stuff like that?
Um, yeah. Again, like I can't really say because I've not had that experience.
Yeah,
Just it's, what's that saying they say is you don't know. Just a simple hello every day could save somebody. Um, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah, it's always just the maternal side comes out. I guess when we look around us and you notice someone's not having a good day or they're not themselves, male or female, young or old.
yeah. With your work, what's the support like for your own mental health within your work? My my I know a couple of people who are independent care workers. They're based down in Brisbane. They have support there,
Yep.
but is there support for yourself? Because you did touch on it earlier about you see different aspects for work related. So is there support? I know with my work there is support if we need to speak with somebody, we have that option there. because we deal with a lot of heavy conversations throughout the day. So having that support there is great. What about yourself? Is there any
Yeah,
support?
yeah. We have that. Is it what? Is it EAP? EAP? Where you can call someone. You know, it's that confidential conversation with someone at the other line. So they do promote that at my workplace. I've also got some. I've got family, my sister. We chat about different things, a lot of things.
Mm,
Family, really good friends. We talk about anything and everything. Holly, Richie, the guys from squad, paddling, and also I think I've got an outlet in terms of sport, which lets you let those endorphins go through, so things don't get you down. I think I've also been blessed with, I have. We all don't have 100% good days, but I'm also know when it's like I just want to just sit by myself and read or listen to music. And I've got two dogs who also they're very aware of your emotions having pets.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah.
so they'll just come and sit by me. They'll follow me around the house, or they want cuddles too. So the same thing, so I'm okay. I believe I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah, and that's good. You touched on it before, like you've got your your paddling group, your outriggers. For people that know, Elle's uh, an amazing outrigger, so she's been doing that for a long time. Um, she's currently injured at the moment. She had knee surgery, so she's not doing much at the moment, but that's okay. So she's getting up and about and stuff like that. So yeah, but you've got that. You've probably known those women for years, and
Yeah,
there'll be a definite connection within that group as well. So and what's the support like when you're looking at that? You know my past history with sport and stuff like that, but your history with the outrigging, what's the environment like with that? It's very encouraging, and people who've got issues they're open to speak about it.
yeah, yeah. So what was the last part? The environment that what? Sorry, I missed that.
Just like with your outrigging environment, stuff like that.
Yep,
So like you know about my past with my sport and what I used to do.
yep.
But with what you do with outrigging, for example, there's that connection within that group. Because you obviously go and compete a lot and stuff like that, and you're catching up with people that you haven't seen for a while. So I feel like there'll be a very good sense of community value within that group.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. And also on top of that, there's nothing more therapeutic than being on the water. Um, there's just a calmness about being out in the ocean and the sea that just takes it to the next level as well. So whether you're going for a social paddle or a race, competition, competitive paddle, it's all good. It's all beneficial in all ways, and you're surrounded by like-minded people as well who just want to enjoy the occasion. We want to race, you know,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of, but we all still, it's sheep stations.
yeah. So it was funny. Just before we got online, I just said to Elle, has she noticed anything different about me? And she said, "What the hell's that on the?" So and else apart from Holly and the occasional people that shot this morning, Elle's the first person. Well, apart from my tattooist, obviously, um, Elle's the first person to see my new tattoo. And if you have a look on the side, I can't see, so I'm only guided by what Elle's telling me. But I've got tattoos all on my arm, and I've got Movember logos and stuff on my arm as well. But I've made it more permanent by having Mobro tattooed just here.
Ah, that's what it is. I was trying to work out the spelling.
Yeah,
I could
and
see
then
pride.
just
Yeah,
up
yeah,
here, you can see the breast cancer awareness logo as well.
yeah. Right. Oh, how awesome!
Yeah,
That's lovely.
so that there was a lot of debate, well, a lot of conversation that I had with myself about whether I would do that or not. Because I've always said, and especially to my kids, I've always said, go nuts on your tattoos. I don't care what you get. It's all good. Think about it. Blah blah blah. I've always said no hands, no head. I've always said that. But you know, things change. People change. From Elle when you first met me to as you see me today,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
completely different.
difference. Yeah, there's a
Chalk
lot
and
of
cheese.
difference. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I wanted to do something different and to really highlight and up the level in conversations that I have with people on the street. And I've said this. I've said this before with some people I've already chatted with. The 8-year-old girl was a standout for me, but another one was when Hol and I did the Mother's Day fun run here in Cairns. It was all pink and stuff. And then the next day, or maybe in the following week, actually, we're at the markets just down the road, and a woman came up to me and saw me run on that weekend, and then we just had a conversation about a bit more of an in-depth conversation about men's health, but also women's health. So having that interaction with the public, with people that you do not know, strangers that you meet, it's something that I do. I always continue to do that, and obviously now with my tattoo on my head, it's cemented that for the rest of my life. So it will never change what I do. I just hope that what I do does encourage people to
yeah,
reach out to get some support that they need. I
yeah,
reach out. I have my own psychologist. I have my own issues that I deal with. But I am always happy to talk about them, explain within reason, why I do what I do. So, yeah,
I love your passion for it, and that's just cemented it. What you've done there, and what you were just saying, reaching out and that. Mum always used to tell me with the work that I was involved with, years ago. She just says, "Noah, if you can help one person or one family in the world, it's better than none. You can't help everybody. You can't help all the people out there, but if you can
that's
help
it.
one person or one family, that's the difference that the world
Yeah,
needs."
and you've got to think about obviously your own mental health as much as we want to help people.
Yeah,
What impact is it having on your own health?
yeah,
Last week when I started these conversations with people, it I had to take a break from it for a couple of days. So I went real heavy with a lot of conversations, and they were great conversations. They were very proactive and learning from different people from different walks of life about what they've experienced. But for me, it was like, yeah, I need to obviously take a break, and this is different for me, and I think it's therapeutic for me as well. And obviously with the physical challenges I've done throughout Movember, they're great and very taxing on the body, and a lot of people do them now, which is great. Whatever we can do to encourage men's health, I'm all for it. And I'm thinking, let's take a step back and let's have that conversation and get to know the experiences that people have experienced in their life when it comes to men's health and women's health. You know, a lot of my sisters supported me over the years, Elle, yourself included, and I love every single one of you. I appreciate what you've done for me. And it's me giving back to those people in that community that have supported me. And if it's combing my hair, combing my moustache, having a tattoo on my head, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do the other side. I think one's enough. I don't think
yeah,
I would appreciate having another one on the other side, but you know what? I think it does look pretty good.
yeah. It's good. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
And
know
my
what? It's kind of like from a distance. It's like when you see the brain, the
yeah,
that's sort of like the exterior side of your brain, Benny.
that's the interpretation that we're getting out
Oh,
of
nice.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
one of the tattoos I got on the back of my leg, it's like that, like breaking the skin. So
Yeah.
it looks like it's coming out, and that's what we've done with the head. So yeah, but when you can't, when I'm looking straight on, you can just see something there. It's like, what is it? What is it? And then I'll go around. And it's like, what? So all
Good thing
right,
you don't,
Al.
you're not at the counter at the moment, eh? For work.
Hey, what's
Good thing
that?
you're not at good thing you're not at the counter for work.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Well, it'd be a
Hey,
good conversation starter. Well,
well, that's
and it
right.
is. Yeah.
Well, when I was working face to face, people saw me with a pink, so it's nothing unusual. It's nothing different.
Yeah.
And that
That's
was a
awesome.
good thing about the amount of people that used to see me with the pink and the amount that I interacted with. Obviously, some those that knew me because I dealt with a lot of the same people throughout my time when I was working previous. So people knew me, but then I would be introduced to new people, and then when they'll come back, they go, "Oh, who did you speak with?" Oh, no, it's the one with the pink hair. So they might not remember my name, but they
Yeah.
remember me from how I looked.
Your point of difference. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Certainly a big
All
point
right,
of difference. Thanks,
yeah, well,
Benny.
that's it. No, that's fine. I appreciate what
Yeah.
the conversation we had today. It's been a very good learning experience for me, and I hope it's been a learning experience for other people as well. So
Thanks, buddy.
I do appreciate your time. Okay, you have a good day. Okay,
You too. Thanks, Ben. Bye for
thanks,
now.
mate. Bye now.